So you want to grow on Instagram, but you don't want to show your face, or you don't have time to take a bunch of photos and videos. You realize the importance of Instagram, but it's just not what you want to do to grow your account. But don't worry, you're in luck, because I'm going to show you what we did with our Instagram account, where a year ago we had less than 3,000 followers, and today we have over 20,000. And if you take a look at our profile, what you're going to see is there's not a lot of photos or videos of us. And so we have one of our colleagues creating amazing designs and basically publishing a handful of posts a week. And we've been able to get a lot of growth from our channel. And so what I'm going to do today is walk through 6 different types of design posts that you could create and have people interacting with your Instagram account and grow it just like we did. So one of the other important things is, apart from just creating content, is being consistent. Creating designs is one thing, and then the next thing is consistently sharing content. And you don't want to spend all day every day on Instagram. I imagine that's part of the issue as well. And so what we like to do is create a bunch of content and then actually just schedule it out for the week. So maybe you spend a couple hours on a Friday and create all of the content for the following week. So design the post, schedule a post, forget about it, grow your audience. That's basically the objective of what we're going to go through in today's video. So the first type of post that we like to create, and I've had a ton of interactions with, are comparison tables. So you can see from this table, we're basically comparing 2 different social networks and come up with a bunch of factors. So it could be something like social networks. It could be, running versus yoga as forms of exercise. Maybe one is better for flexibility, one is better for losing weight, and you can come up with a bunch of factors and compare the 2. But whatever it is for your niche, you can probably think of 2 or 3 things to compare and on a bunch of different factors. What you're going to notice from the designs that we go over today is it's not necessarily about getting likes or comments, but it's how much time someone is going to spend looking at whatever it is that you created. And so if they spend a lot of time reading through a table, analyzing it, and they're like, oh, this is really useful, I'm going to save this for later because, this is really valuable stuff. Or, you know what, I think someone is trying to make this decision right now. Why don't I share this post with them? And so those are some of the most valuable types of interactions that you can have. One, someone spending a ton of time analyzing the post. Shares and saves are really, really important as well. So using a table like this, tons of information packed into just one image. The second type of post are carousel posts. So again, these are types of designs. Maybe you have a list of 5 things. So you have a cover image, and then you have the 5 different tips or whatever it is. One of the great things here is you have something that really catches someone's attention. Maybe there's not a ton of text on the cover first image that you're showing, but it catches someone's attention. They're like, this might be useful. So they check that out, and then they scroll through the entire carousel. One of the other cool things with this, though, is if they don't interact with the first image, what could easily happen is Instagram shows them the second image. So one of the things to have in mind is you want to have enough value or enough clarity on some of the other images, where if someone wasn't paying attention when they saw the first image, they see the second one, they kind of understand what the post's about, and then they maybe scroll back, see the first image, and then scroll all the way through all the images. One of the kind of bonus tips for carousels is when you get all the way to the end, have an image that essentially has some type of call to action. So this could be, hey, if someone else might find this useful, why don't you share it with them? Or you might want to save this for later, save this post. So you can essentially dedicate one whole image at the end, asking someone to essentially interact with your post further. So the third type of post are quotes. So this could be any type of quote. It could be something you said on a podcast or someplace else. It could be quotes from somebody famous. There are tons of huge Instagram accounts that are only quotes from famous people, like a Stoicism account or something like that. Or you see someone like Adam Grant, who essentially creates designs like this, where it's essentially his profile image and some amazing saying. And I can't imagine the amount of shares and saves and interactions he gets from his quote post, as well as some of the other quote images that you see people using. The fourth type of post are some type of infographic. So here's one where we're basically showing people what are some of the important elements when you're creating a thumbnail for YouTube. So again, this is something where we're packing a ton of information into one image. One, you're seeing, an image that catches someone's attention, and they're going to see, hey, what is this small text that I can't quite read yet? So they stop scrolling, and then they see the text, a little bit of a description. And so you can imagine someone that may spend a minute studying, like, here's the different things that have to do with successfully creating a thumbnail that people are going to click on and watch your YouTube video, for example. Just think about, is there something like, if you had a drawing of a stick figure wearing different, an outfit. So you say, hey, these shoes are by Nike, this is Lululemon, this is this brand. And so you could just think of creative ways to, within one image, include quite a bit of information, pointing to different areas potentially, if you're just taking the design example that we talked about right there. Moving on to design number 5, list or steps. So here's an example where we basically listed out the different steps to monetize your YouTube channel. So one of the important things here, or with any of them, if you're going to have really, really small text as far as like this list or the previous examples, the thing is the title is going to be really, really important. So you want someone to see that title, just a handful of words that are fairly large. If someone says monetize YouTube, hey, I'm interested in that. Why don't I see what these different steps are? So you don't want the entire image to have really, really small text. If you have a title that catches someone's attention, then they're going to read the smaller text within the Instagram image. And remember, most people are obviously consuming Instagram on their phone, so you can't use text or fit so much information just into one image. So with this type of post, it could be a list or steps. So the example I showed you was step-by-step how to monetize your YouTube channel. It could be 10 tips for this. So you can think about it as what are a list of a handful of things or a certain number of steps. We kind of went over something similar with the carousel, but sometimes you can squeeze all this onto one image, which again might be give it more punch, let's say, where you may get more saves. So someone has to scroll through 8 different images to get a certain amount of information. You just crammed it all into one design and they're like, hey, I want to remember this for later. Let's save this. Okay, so I know the premise of this video is to show you how to create designs to grow on Instagram without showing your face. The 6th option we're going to go over are photos with designs on them. And so if you have a folder of old photos or things like that, you can use those with your designs. It's not quite as necessary to have new photos. You could kind of reuse some of the photos you have in different designs. Here's an example of a post that we did to announce one of our new courses. And so the image itself of Laura, my business partner, really catches someone's attention, and the text beside it kind of tells people what it's about. So you can pack a lot of information, combining an image with text on the page more so than just one image and having to read the caption. Or maybe you don't quite capture someone's attention as effectively if it's just text on a page. One thing with this type of post is that you need to remove the background from the image. The thing here is to do that, you can't do that with a free version of Canva. So you need Canva Pro, or I have a video where I show you a bunch of different options. The issue with the free versions to remove the background from something is generally the image that you can download from those websites isn't very good. So what you'll notice if it's at any scale, you can really tell that the picture quality is not very good, especially if you want to edit the image or do anything else. And so that's one of the main reasons we upgraded to Canva Pro. If you want to check out Canva Pro so you can remove the image as well as a whole bunch of other things, we have a whole video walking you through the benefits of it, but you can get 45 free days if you use our link down below in the description. So this is our affiliate link. If you click on it, make a purchase, we might earn a small commission, but at no extra cost to you. But honestly, it's something that's added a bunch of value as far as just making it quicker and easier to create great designs. So for removing the background, for example, we use it for the thumbnails for our YouTube videos, for our banner, for posts like this on Instagram, on Pinterest, basically all over the place. So after you've created content like the 6 examples that we showed you in this video, the next thing would be scheduling out all the posts. The thing is, I imagine part of the issue with photos and videos, some people just don't want to appear on camera, but then for others, it's a lot of work to set up the camera, have the right lighting, the right time of day, all that work. Also, something that takes a bunch of time is going to Instagram all the time, posting everything and things like that. So what we like to do is just schedule everything out. So maybe you spend an afternoon a day where you create the post and then schedule them for the following week. And so you can do that if you have Canva Pro. They have a scheduling tool that you can schedule everything with Instagram. So design it, schedule it all in one place, or you can use the free version of tools such as say Hootsuite, Buffer, Metricool. There's a ton of different options there that you can test out as well. But creating designs and scheduling it out and being consistent for an extended period of time, you'll be able to grow an audience that interacts with your Instagram account without actually having to show your face. So if you want to learn more about creating designs with Canva, we have a whole playlist with a bunch of videos to help you with that. I'll link to those videos right here. If you want to see our other videos related to how to grow on Instagram, check out the videos below. Hope to see you in those and future videos. Bye-bye.